Hello everyone. Once again, the continuation of the topic, chapter 7, animal tissue. You know already we have started. That will be in what we have done in that animal tissue. There are 4 types of the tissue. Animal tissue, 4 types. What are those? One is epithelial, which we have done. Second one, connective tissue, which we have done. Now third type of the tissue, we got total 4. So today in that session we will do 2 types of the rest of the 2 types of tissue. That one is muscle tissue, second one neural tissue, right? So first we will start muscle tissue, or it is also called muscular tissue, right? Muscle tissue, or it is also called muscular tissue. Now these muscular tissue, first of all we will see the muscular tissue of muscles. Muscles are along with the bones. Now they will help in locomotion, means we are able to move because of muscles. As in these muscles are, whenever they are getting any stimulus, so then they contract, means because of that they are getting any stimulus, they contract, or it is also called contraction, and then later on it will come back to the normal condition. So now at the time that is called relaxation. And these two, contraction and relaxation, these two moments, because of these that we are moving, we are shaking our hands, we are raising our hands, what moments we are shown, a human body shown or the animal body shown, that is because of contraction and relaxation. And that contraction and relaxation occurs in muscle tissue. That occurs in muscle tissue because of these muscles contraction and expansion, contraction and relaxation, then the movement shown by organisms or by especially animals. It's okay? Are you getting? Means muscles are this tissue helping in locomotion, or you can say movement. Means we are able to show movement because that is one of the characteristics of living thing, so because of muscular tissue. So let's see how many tissues are there. Now these are muscle tissue. Not only that muscle tissue, that is a types of, and these types of muscles are present in different type of our body parts. So we will see what is the function, structure, what is the structure, function, and then where they are present. So now we will see that here, structure, function, and their location and types. First of all, we come to the muscle tissue. Is that there are 3 types. They are writing here because one by one we will take. Now then, first one is skeletal muscle. Second one is known as smooth muscle. Third one is known as, that is cardiac muscle. So first part we will take is skeletal tissue or skeletal muscle. These are the muscle types of muscle tissue. 3 types of muscle tissue: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. So now first we will start. That will be skeletal tissue. What is there? Skeletal tissue. I will tell you how many names are given for only one. Skeletal tissue. It is called skeletal tissue. It is also called voluntary muscle, skeletal muscle, voluntary muscles, and it is also called striated muscle. Striated muscle means for one. These all 3 names are given for one muscle tissue, one type of. Is why now then I am telling you. Then why it is called skeletal muscle, why it is called voluntary muscle, why it is called striated muscle. You can use the pencil, you can note down in your book also. Might be it is not given in your book what I am telling, but it is important point. See that one, why it is called skeletal muscle, because it is, first reason is there, because attached with bones, or you can say attached with bones or skeleton. Because of that it is called skeletal. Why it is called voluntary? Because it is under control. Under control means, it means when we want to raise my hand, I can do, right? It's up to me and up to you. When you want to write on notebook or on board, so then it's up to you. It's your wish when you want to move your body parts and when you don't want. So it is under control, right? So these are under control. Third, these are called striated muscle. Why it is called striated muscle? Because they have got striations. Striations means that is a strips. Bands are there. Now dark and light bands are there, or is also called have dark and light striations, or also called bands. And now in the human physiology, when we in that area of human physiology, one chapter is there, locomotion and movement, where we will study about the detailed structure of these muscles. That is, a different names are there, but this time in this chapter that is a very small in brief. But when we take human physiology, that will be in detail. So I am telling only small, very few points are there. Few points I am telling you now. So now then, have dark and light bands. Because of these three regions, that is called skeletal, voluntary and striated. Question can be asked, why it is called skeletal muscle? Why it is known as? Then you will tell that it because it is attached with the skeleton. Because you know that when I am able to move my hand, so that is not only muscles, the bones are also along with that. So then bones and muscles together, then we are showing movement. So now here, that's why these are known as skeletal muscle. Voluntary, when I am say I want to do, then I will do. So that is a control, it is under control. Then the third one is striated. So now we see the structure first of all, what type of structure this one. So now then these are cylindrical, because you know that these muscles here we can write, these muscles are fiber. That is also called myofibrils. These are cylindrical fibers. That is known myofibrils. You see that one attached. Again, I will tell in human physiology, but I am just here. These are the muscle fibers. Suppose these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the muscle fibers. Now that will be parallelly. These fibers are parallelly attached like this, right? And that will be enclosed with a sheath. So now that is all filaments or fibrils called myofibrils, and now that is it means they are all are cylindrical, and then cylindrical arranged in a parallel form. How it will be? Just see this one. These are one filament, you can say, parallelly arranged. These are in parallel. I have drawn myofibrils, 1, 2, 3 myofibrils I am drawing here. Now then, I have told striations are there, dark and light color bands. So we can show that dark and light color bands here. Sorry. Like this, dark and light bands. I show that this one. Means this is dark light. Means this one light. You can write here. This one light, then light and the dark. Light, and this one dark. So dark and light alternate. These bands are, stations are alternate, dark and light bands. So now then we will see that one, these are the filaments, myofibrils, arranged in parallel or cylindrical and unbranched. So we can write about a structure. These are cylindrical, unbranched, and these are location where, that is a structure, then the region, why these are called the different names. Now then that will be the present location where. So you know, most I told this one, whether these muscles are dark muscle biceps. So the location of these are present in biceps. This is about the skeletal muscle, first one. Is that clear? Are you getting better? This is very simple. I think already these points you have done in class ninth also, where we have done chapter animal tissue. But only few points are more, and when we will, I will teach you that human physiology, and then we will do more. So now then, that is a very complicated structure. It is not a very simple structure which I am telling you here. But in that chapter, we will see that advanced structure of one filament myofibril. So this time, for this chapter, this is enough. So now the next muscle, that muscle is smooth muscle. That one, smooth muscle. Now then, second one is smooth muscle. Now then again, three names are given for this muscle also. One is smooth muscle, second one is called involuntary muscle, A is there, involuntary muscle, and then third one, that is unstated right. There are again three names. One is smooth muscle, involuntary muscle, unstated muscle. So now these three names, why it is called smooth muscle? First, why it is called smooth muscle? So now then, why it is called? Because not attached with the bones. These are not attached with bones. Smooth. Second, involuntary, because not controlled by us, not controlled. It is not up to us. It will move, keep on moving. Third one is there, unstated means that stations are absent. Still, don't have stations. Right? Now then, cylindrical. Same, cylindrical. Fifth one, that is unbranched with the tapering ends. Unbranched with tapering. I will tell you what is tapering ends. Tapering ends. Now the sixth one's location. These are present in internal organs. Present in internal organs. Here why? What means, stomach is in our body, stomach is there, kidney is there, liver is there. Also means all these are having the tissue. Lining of that body parts is a tissue. Epithelial lining, which is in the outer covering, inner side or outer side. But that is also present in that organ, and now then because of that muscle, they are doing movement which is not under our control. As you know, in our esophagus, peristalsis movement is there. In 10th also the movement of these, and now that is keep on. Because of that movement, the food is moving forward, and then food is already making the chime also. So now then, these are, because they are continuously, that we are not up to us. When we want to, then it will do work. When we don't want, it will stops. Never. It will do their own. And now then, as you know, skeletal muscle, they get tired soon. They get tired soon means बहुत जल्दी थक जाती है. As you know, when you are doing any physical exercises, anytime, you are played any game, so your muscles are paining. The cramps are there. So now why? Because these muscles are, when you are showing movement, your running is there, walking is there, whatever physical exercise, so then that muscles will participate, skeletal muscle. So now then these skeletal muscle get tired soon. These muscles will also get tired, but not so soon, not so early, as they are in comparison of this. It will do the work more for longer time, not this like this skeletal muscle. So now then we will see the diagram, and what type of diagram or structure of this. These are unbranched, cylindrical, and tapering ends. Tapering ends, these are the pointed ends. A nucleus is there, right? Then they are arranged, you can say parallelly. Tapering ends like this, right? So now then these are the structure of smooth muscle, cylindrical, parallel, unbranched, and with tapering ends. Okay, so now this is about the smooth muscle. Again, the reasons for why we are calling it, the first 3 points for the region of each, why it is called it. Now then, and no bends are there, I have written already, they don't have stations, 3 points are there. Now then, cylindrical, unbranched, and with tapering ends, and they are present in the internal organs. Now then, the third type is there, and the third type, that will be, which one is? Cardiac, right? Cardiac muscle. That cardiac muscle, that is special, which is found only in heart. Where it is found? Only in heart. Cardiac tissue also it is called, and they are found in heart only. So then this one, cardiac, now found in only heart. First, that is also cylindrical and branched, right? Now then, they are branched. Third one, they have got junctions. Now that is untiring. First, the untiring muscle. Untiring muscle means they never get tired. They keep on working, because of this cardiac muscle, your heart is beating. If it stops working, then what will happen? Heart beating will stop. Now then, it means that is non-stop working, untiring, कभी थकती नहीं है. So now then, you have to learn how that is working for you. You have also to work hard work. Means you have to make your stamina. As you can be motivated by your cardiac muscle. Number of body organs in your body, which you can learn from that. So first we have started this one. In the next chapter you will see one more organ is there in which you can learn from them. But here that cardiac muscle, untiring muscle, and if it will stop, so your heart will not work. Heart beating will also stop. So now then, that is a one characteristic is there. So we have seen in the skeletal muscle, they get tired soon. They smooth muscle, they get tired but not so soon. It will work for longer period. Now that cardiac muscle non-stop, means these are untiring muscle. So now we will see that the diagram of this cardiac muscle, that were I written cylindrical filament, and then branched, means one that will attach with this. Another then it will be with this another fiber, right? Here also that is a branches निकल रही है इससे branch. Now then, when two branches are fused, two fibers are fused, that is point of attachment and contact is called junction. Suppose here you can say, that junction is called, the junction, it is also called intercalated disc. What is it called? Intercalated disc. So now then here we can write here intercalated disc, which will communicate. That both means both fibers will be well communicated or well informed together by this disc, intercalated disc. Now then, here one more feature is there. They have got striations. Striations means, as in case of here, dark and light bands are there. Here also dark and light band, but dim. Dim means fainted, or you can say dim striations are there. Dim. Then in skeletal muscle, these are prominent. In skeletal muscle, dark and light color band, they are prominent. Now, but here that is very dim, very light, you can say, like this, means not so prominent as in case of striated muscle, like this. So then we can say striations are there, but not so prominent, not so visible. So these are, means here we can write here one more characteristic of feature, that is striations. Striations are, sorry, we have written already. Demonstrations I have written, so not. So this is about the cardiac muscle. So then we will have seen that cardiac muscle found only in heart, or sometimes it will be few part of these cells are, cardiac cells are in pulmonary vein and vena cava. You can write pulmonary vein and vena cava. These means here that is also in heart, pulmonary vein or vena cava. Vena collecting all deoxygenated blood to in the heart, and then it is in pulmonary vein is also that in the heart. So now that is also having some cells are there of cardiac tissue or cardiac muscle. So now this is about the second type. We have to miss all three types: skeletal done, smooth done, cardiac done, right? So this muscular tissue is completed. Now then the last tissue in this topic, animal tissue, that is neural tissue. What is it called? Neural tissue. Once again I am telling about the tissue. Again we have to study these in case in human physiology. Means in that second part, second last chapter, I think that one, neural nervous system in human being. So then we have to study it again. So now then I am telling only in brief, which is in your book is also, in NCERT book is also given in brief. But then when we study about that chapter in that human physiology, then we have to study in detail. So now then here, neural tissue, or also called neural tissue or nervous tissue, right? Now then that tissue made up of neurons or nerve cells, or it is also called functional unit of nervous system or nervous tissue, you can write. That is, what is it? Neuron, also called nerve cell. So now that the main function of these neurons or nerve cell, that will be taking message from one body part to another body part and to the brain, and then from brain they are giving the message or order from brain to the body part. So now then that is a path. It is a path for the stimulus. From when we are taking stimulus from outside, environmental stimulus when we are receiving, so then that will be also moving toward inner body, goes to it will go to brain. So now that is a path for the stimulus. When that stimulus come in our neurons, then it will suppose that is a wire, that wire is a neuron. In that some stimulus will come here, it will walk on that, right? So now that time, that stimulus, when that will be crossing or passing on this neuron, that is called nerve impulse. In class 10th, I think you remember that nerve impulse definition is there. When that stimulus in a neuron passing through that neuron, that is called nerve impulse. Have you remembered that? It is in NCERT book, it is given. So now then that nerve impulse, it means that is a path for nerve impulse, and that nerve impulse will go to brain. From brain order will come, and then again order will move towards that. That is a path. So then, and that is that neuron is in our body, in all animal body, that is advanced body, that there is a network of that neurons. So then all these body parts are well connected to each other. Whatever stimulus from any part to that part to brain, whatever, but it will be receiving. Actually in our houses also, electric wiring is there, network of electric wiring. Sometimes cable connections are there, network of cable connection, then network of Wi-Fi also. It means number of wiring is there in the same in our body, and that will be that network is neuron. So when we see that one neuron structure, already you know in class 10th also, and then I am telling you again, and then in human physiology again. So I am taking that one, that will be having neuron having two parts, main two parts, cytone and axon. Cytone is also known as cell body. This whole neuron divided into two parts. Now then, and that is, you can say, rod-like structure. Now how it will be, you know, that is a cyton. When we can, this one, like this, that will ends with the, you know, nerve endings. It is having the covering is there also. We tell you then in that chapter what is the function of this covering also. That is a nucleus. Now neuroplasm, that is cytoplasm, which is called neuroplasm here. Now then, these are dendrites, right? Along with the dendrites, here are some granules-like structures which are present in the cyton. This portion is called cyton or cell body, and this portion is called axon, rod-like structure. This is nerve ending, right? Now then, here these granules, these are also called Nissls granules. The scientist biologist name is Nissls granules. This is the structure of that is nucleus. Right? Now then, dendrites, there is a branch structure, the nerve endings, branch structure. In class 10th, you know that you know, conduction of any nerve impulse always unidirectional. Have you remember? Conduction of nerve impulse is always unidirectional. Why it is so? Because that nerve impulse received by dendrites, then it will move through this rod to end with the nerve endings. Through this nerve endings, then one more dendrite of another neuron attached. Then that impulse jump to this nerve ending to the dendrites. So then it will move the direction of that movement of a conduction of that nerve impulse from dendrite to nerve ending always. So it is called unidirectional. It cannot never back to. It will not receive by nerve ending and that will come back. No, it will be from this to this. We will see this conduction in that chapter in human physiology. So now this time it is enough for you. Now inside, you know, in that, along with that is a neuron. Along with that, having some material or some cells are there which will make it compact and which are giving support. So as surrounding of these, one more type of cells are present here. Now then, you can make it like this. These are the supporting, surrounding of this neuron. One type of cells are there, and that type of cells is called, you can say, that is a compact, and that type of cell is called neuroglia. What is it called? Neuroglia, which are supporting. Neuroglia or neuroglial cells. So now all these are neuroglial cell here around it here also, and then they are supporting neuron. It is given in your book also. Just you see a diagram also. Now then, so then it is clear. Neuron having two parts, cyton and axon. Cyton having part dendrites and nucleus, and Nissls granules also present in cyton. Nissls granules, and outer surrounding having neuroglial cell. Neuroglial cell supporting neuron or nerve cells. Then next one, the axon is there. Axon having rod-like structure, rod covering with this cover I have made around this one. This is myelin sheath. What is it called? Myelin sheath. Right. So now here rod-like structure, covered with covered with myelin, mylein, myelin sheath. Function, we will study about the function of the myelin sheath in human physiology, right? This is, and they have got also nerve endings. Sorry. So these are the characteristics. These are the characteristics of neuron. Or this is the last issue in this chapter. Only this one topic we have to study about in chapter 7. So now after that we will start chapter 8. So till then only 4 type of tissue we have studied there, and all those 4 types of tissue very simple, already you know that, because in class 9th also you have done. Only few new terms are there, only few new terms. So then you revise that and draw diagram also. You have to learn diagram also. If any question related to these, you have to draw diagram. Okay, then enjoy, do your work and submit in time.